Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome guys to another video. My name is Tyler and welcome to another commentary. Today we're going to be talking about sniping in Call of Duty and code because it has been a full year of COVID. Now if you enjoy these type of commentaries, definitely feel free to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another video. But now let's get into it because I have a lot to say about sniping. Sniping has changed a lot in my opinion. Now the reason why quickscoping is so difficult in Warzone is because of the plates. But it's so difficult to quickscope in Warzone because unless it's a headshot where you can down someone, you might just get a hit marker. In the classes that I have made, if it's a headshot, it's an automatic down. If it's not, it might be like 2-3 shots until I break plates or something like that. To me personally, where I love using a sniper, I love quickscoping, I know other people who definitely feel the same way. Like they can't quickscope as good as they want to because it's not the same because of the plates. So I had an idea. Obviously we know that Activision will buff certain guns, nerf certain guns, or add certain guns to keep the game interesting, and that's what they've been doing for a long time. We had the the R9 shotgun, the Fireburst shotgun, we had the MP5. MP5 is still really good. We had the Grau, we had the AMAX, we had the MAC-10, we have the FAR, and now we have the AUG. But what I'm trying to think is like, okay, eventually they're going to keep adding guns, but there's going to be some type of breaking point. Now imagine instead of them adding a gun or kind of just buffing one of the other ones, imagine they specifically buff like the Kar 98, because I think that's kind of one of the fastest aimed on sights, or the SPR. And what I mean by buff, I mean either increase the damage where one bullet to the chest is at least broken shields. I'm talking about increase like the hitbox portion of that damage, if that makes sense. Like instead of like hitting at the neck, which might cause a down, I'm trying to cause like hit the shoulder and a little bit of like just the upper torso just to be down. Now I think this would change the game a lot, mainly because there are so many people who love to quickscope and who are really good at it. I think I'm decent, and I've played against other people and I get my ass. I kind of want to know what you guys think, because this is a really interesting topic. Do you think if they buffed the sniper, like the Kar 98 or SPR, by increasing the damage or increasing the hitbox, do you think we would see a different rise of gamers? Slash, do you think they may be better gamers? This is so controversial, and I'm so open to your guys' opinions. That's it for the snipers. The next thing I really want to talk about is COVID. Now for me, I'm very thankful to be working full time and to not have like anyone in my immediate family like kind of lost from COVID. Although some of my friends, they have like lost some lives, or family members, friends, etc. So I'm really grateful. But what I really want to say is that, you know, COVID has helped me, or at least like a pandemic helped me in so many different ways to what I'm doing right now. But let's flashback, because it has been a full year, and I wanted to explain my experience because it's probably one of the first experiences in America. I was working, right? It was actually yesterday. I was working, yesterday last year. I was working, and all of a sudden we get an email, and we're in like this big building where all other people, like all other companies work and stuff. And then we get an email that's like, everyone has to leave. There has been a COVID case in your building. Now, at that point, I had no idea what a COVID was. I had no idea what a COVID was, a pandemic was. All I knew was that people were wearing masks. And I swear that I thought it was from LA. Like they're bringing those LA vibes here. Because like they had like, you know, the little jewels. They had like the little, like these weren't ordinary masks. We get an email, they have to leave. So I'm walking out, and I'm like, as soon as I walk out, I see some people with like masks and gloves. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's increase one notch of like anxiety. I don't really know what anxiety is, but I think like let's just turn one up, because I don't have any gloves or mask. I keep walking. I'm walking towards the door, and it's like an hour 15 commute back home, but I decided to go to my friend's place, so I still have to like make my way. So I go to some doors. So there's a guy in front of me. He touches the door with his with his sleeve, and he grabs it that way. I'm like, oh gosh, like he knows about it too. This is kind of weird. So I go to my friend's house. You know, I don't touch anything. I'm like very, really careful. Wash my hands, get inside, stay there for a little bit, and then later that night, we get all of us, because I invited two of my friends or two other friends came over. We get an email or a notification from ESPN that's like NBA game canceled, COVID case. And at that point, my anxiety, after all that anxiety, I went to Walmart. Walmart, I need food. I need to supply myself. I need to supply everything. I need canned goods. I need things that will last me, because I don't know how long this will last. Because I'm reading. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like, what is going on? So I get to Walmart. I see everyone there wearing masks and gloves. I'm like, damn it, I still don't have a mask. So I'm still like, kind of freaking out a little bit. I get a bunch of frozen stuff, a bunch of canned stuff. I still have it in my closet because I thought it was going to be a little bit worse. And then all of a sudden one person sneezes in the corner of Walmart. And I don't know if anyone else heard, but I heard it. And based on my anxiety, it turned up a notch. I just was like, I don't need the milk. I don't need milk. Starting now, I'm dairy free. So I go to the counter, get all my stuff, get home, tell my mom about it. Horrible idea, because she started to freak out. Then I started to freak out. Then our anxiety just went like it didn't go one notch. It went up 2 notches. So at that point, I'm like, all right, I can't touch anything. The very next day, I read more and more and more. I'm like, you know what? This is pretty serious. I should do something to keep my sanity, because I don't know how long this is going to last for. At that point, all my other friends, they were still going to the office, but at that same time, I was scrolling, reading through. The stock market crashed. At that point, I knew nothing about the stock market. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm reading about the stock market, and anxiety kicks up a little bit more, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is happening? The next day, I make the decision, like, I'm going to be locked in this place maybe until summer. And I was wrong. First of all, I acknowledge that. I thought to myself, what would keep me inside to keep me a good person and to make sure that I could, still continue my way, enjoy life while I'm like locked in here. So I decided to go back. I was like, yeah, let's get an Xbox. So I went there, got an Xbox. And talked to the guy, and he was like, yeah, you might really want to get this. I'm not going to tell you why, but you might want to get it today. The next day, Best Buy closes. Or like a few weeks later, that Best Buy closes. And I'm not joking to you. This is the perfect opportunity. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to game like I've never gamed before. And that's why I'm here today. That whole explanation was my experience. Just a ton of anxiety. And a lot of just reading. I didn't really know what to feel. Now I have like 10 different masks. I can't complain. And fortunately, like I said, I still have my job that I'm very happy for. And a lot of my intermediate family and friends, they have been like staying safe and everything. So I'm just grateful. But I am curious for you. Do you guys have a crazy first day story? And I mean like the first day. Like for me, we had one of the first few cases. Now it's tough to beat. But let me know if you guys have a crazy story about COVID, about the first day. I know I spit out a lot of information at you, but I really do appreciate you watching this far. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. It helps me out, at least realize that you guys like to see these types of videos, like commentaries. I can talk. Oh, I can talk. And I didn't realize that I could talk until people said that I can talk. So I'm gonna talk. And you're gonna listen. Or you can talk back. I prefer I prefer the latter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video, I know this gameplay is not quick scoping. It's like hard scoping, but I hope you liked the video. And other than that, I'll see you next time with my new commentary. Peace, love you guys, and have a great weekend.